Hello, and welcome to the Midnight Matinee Project. I am your host, Hunter, and I am joined today by no one. That's right. Unfortunately, Isaac is out of town up in Lexington, Kentucky for the weekend. So it's just me today. But still got some great movies to talk about this week to go see in theaters. And so for the next, 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes, we're going to talk about three movies that you should go see in theaters this week. If you haven't listened to the last few weeks, October has been a really good month of movies. We've got episodes highlighting Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, Blue Moon, Good Fortune, House of Dynamite, The Smashing Machine. All these movies that have come out in the last few weeks, go and see them before they're no longer in theaters. Isaac and I started this podcast several months ago because we love the movie theater experience. We love going to the movies. We love going especially with a packed group of people, but we love seeing movies on the biggest screen possible. And most of these movies were made with that screen in mind. And so why on earth would we want to see it any other way? And so we're going to talk about three movies today. And by we, I mean I'm going to talk about three movies today. And I hope you enjoy. So the three movies we are talking about that come out this week, October 24th, are, of course, Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, Regretting You, and If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Now, if you haven't heard of any of these movies, stay tuned. I'm going to go through and share briefly of, hey, what's the plot of the movie? Who made this movie? Who does it star? And then some of the reviews of people that have seen the movie and kind of what people are saying about it to hopefully give you a good idea of, hey, do I want to go see a movie this week? What should I go see? Boom, here you go. And so movie number one is Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. So this is a biopic, of course, of Bruce Springsteen, the great American musician, artist. This movie specifically focuses on the conception of his 1982 album, Nebraska. This is one of the great albums, really, in American music history. And this really focuses on kind of this very specific time in his life where he recorded this album really in his New Jersey bedroom by himself. And it should be a really fun movie. I've really grown to love biopics the last few years, mostly thanks to Timothée Chalamet with the Bob Dylan biopic, A Complete Unknown. Now, this one, Springsteen, stars Jeremy Allen White as Bruce Springsteen. If you're unfamiliar with Jeremy Allen White, you may recognize him as Carmy from The Bear. He's also in Shameless. He will also be in the new Star Wars movie next year, playing Rada the Hutt, son of Jabba the Hutt. But a great actor that, especially in The Bear, was just so great. But he will be playing Bruce Springsteen. And if you haven't seen the trailer, man, go watch the trailer because he sounds just like Bruce Springsteen. It's really impressive. This movie also stars Jeremy Strong. You may know him from Succession. We've got Paul Walter Hauser, who's been in a number of things even this year that we've talked about for movies. He was in The Fantastic Four. He was in The Luckiest Man in America. But great actors. But this movie right here really is just going to focus on the creation of this great album, Nebraska. And so a couple of quick reviews just on people that have seen this from a couple of different film festivals on what they really think about this movie. We've got three reviews, one positive, one negative, one funny review. We'll start with the positive review. This comes from Letterboxd user Daniel Howitt. Like the album that inspired it, Springsteen Deliver Me From Nowhere is understated and raw. It's more interested in chronicling Bruce's battle with depression than freaking out the hits. That approach works wonders. A stellar, honest biopic. Jeremy Allen White is astounding. He captures this era of Springsteen with such conviction and depth, never a caricature. This is Scott Cooper's best film, full stop. End quote. Pretty great review. This, of course, is directed by Scott Cooper, who I did mention before. He's got a few other films. He's got Crazy Heart from 2009, Hostiles 2017, I am not super familiar with him, but great review on Scott Cooper's best film, full stop. Now, negative review, this comes from David Ehrlich on Letterboxd. Just as a complete unknown told the story of Dylan going electric, the richer but less inviting Deliver Me From Nowhere could be said to tell the story of Springsteen going folk. And yet, for all of the tedious biopic tropes that Cooper finds a way to force into his otherwise withdrawn character study, that comparison would mischaracterize a movie whose subject hardly goes anywhere at all. And so another negative review that may just be based off not enjoying cliches or tropes, but David Ehrlich not impressed with this film. But one funny review that'll give another lighthearted note on what people may be thinking about this movie. This comes from Letterboxd user Noah Duzant. Men will literally write the album Nebraska instead of going to therapy. And that's true. I would also rather write the album Nebraska instead of going to therapy. And I'll probably go see this movie instead of going to therapy. So Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, should be a fun biopic. Great performance, again, from Jeremy Allen White and from Jeremy Strong. Double Jeremy, hard to beat. And so this comes out this Friday. Go see it. Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. Movie number 2 is If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, which, if you're just not hearing about that movie for the first time, kind of a confusing title. You know, sometimes you can tell what a movie's going to be about from the title, and sometimes no idea. So If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You is not going to be a super fun movie, I think, just from the trailer, from what I've read on it so far. This movie comes from director Mary Bronstein, stars Rose Byrne. Here's the official plot synopsis of this movie. It's a psychological comedy drama focused on Linda, a wry, worn-down New York therapist and mother whose life reaches a breaking point. Juggling the relentless demands of her daughter's mysterious illness and the logistical nightmare of her apartment ceiling collapsing, Linda is forced to stay in a shabby motel where her ability to maintain her professional and personal life unravels dramatically. This movie, if you love, feeling good in a movie, don't go see this. This probably isn't going to be for you. But if you love the uncomfortability of watching someone's life just totally unravel and fall apart, boy, do I have the movie for you. And so this, of course, again, stars Rose Byrne. Rose Byrne has been in so many things, from Bridesmaids to the X-Men films, to Insidious and Neighbors. So many things. If you don't know her name, you know her face. She was also in Star Wars, Episode 2. Any chance I get to bring up Star Wars, I'm going to. She played Dorme, the handmaiden to Padme Amidala. But great actress, and I'll read some of these reviews, but most of the reviews really highlight Rose Byrne's performance. And so if you really want to see a great, probably compelling, but really difficult performance, man, go see this movie just to see Rose Byrne excel. And so this movie also has Conan O'Brien. It has A$AP Rocky. It's directed by Mary Bronstein. Mary Bronstein, this is her second film that she's directed. So she directed Yeast back in 2008, but has not directed film since then. And so excited to see a new film from a relatively new director. But again, really most of these reviews are really focused in on Rose Byrne's performance. Actually, at the Berlin Film Festival this year, Rose Byrne won the Silver Bear for Best Leading Performance. And so if you like great performances by a great actress, go see this movie. Some of the reviews, again, we got 3 reviews. We're going to start negative, then go positive, then go funny. This comes from Letterboxd user Rudy. Simply did not click with me. I do understand and appreciate most of what's going on here, and yes, Rose Byrne does well with what is asked of her, but I wasn't entertained. I wasn't all that invested. I didn't connect with any attempts at black humor, and it really felt like a chore. Sure, that's the point, whatever. Also, not a fan of the obligatory art housey A24 symbolism. I've no desire to unpack any of that. And while it's aiming to induce a sense of claustrophobia, every other shot being extreme close-up gets really grating really quickly. Overall, I'm sorry, but I was so bored, and this is probably the disappointment of the festival so far for me. End quote. Yes, that was the full review. So it sounds like this person didn't quite connect. And again, some of the maybe cliche symbolism wasn't a fan of. But Letterboxd user Amanda the Jedi had a little different feeling. This comes from Letterboxd as well. Exceedingly stressful, but the movie never makes you feel like Burns' character has other options. The movie isn't stupid. It's a realistic hopelessness and chaos. Uncut Gems has been a big comparison, but that's a movie where you watch someone continuously make the worst decisions for themselves. This is a movie where every decision feels like it's being taken away. Rose Byrne is stunning in this, and I will kill her character's husband. That's from Amanda the Jedi on Letterboxd. And so, again, doesn't sound like a fun movie, but does sound like a really, really good, crazy movie. I've seen a lot of reviews that compare it to Uncut Gems. And then last, our funny review from Robert Daniels. He says, I love this movie. I'll probably never watch it again. It's a harrowing, full frontal assault on the senses. So it does not sound like a multi-watch movie, but does sound like a movie that is worth watching at least once. And if you're going to watch it, don't watch it alone on streaming in your living room or in your bedroom. Go to the theater. Watch it with a group of people. Invite people to go with you and share in this uncomfortability. And so again, this is If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, coming out in theaters. Had a limited release a couple weeks ago. It's going to wide release this Friday, October 24th. And then our final film is a film called Regretting You. And if you love drama, this may be a good movie for you. So this comes from director Josh Boone, who of course directed The Fault in Our Stars. This stars a lot of people that we'll talk about in a second. But this is based on a Colleen Hoover novel of, I believe, the same name. But the film follows Morgan Grant and her teenage daughter Clara after an accident. The tragedy not only shatters their family, but also exposes a shocking betrayal that forces the mother and daughter to confront family secrets, redefine their understanding of love and grief, and ultimately to rediscover each other in the aftermath. From watching the trailer, it kind of feels like that the husband and the sister-in-law of like the married couple may have been having an affair together, and then they were in I believe a car accident together, and both tragically passed. And so then they've got to kind of untangle all of this drama. And so again, if you like drama, this may be the movie for you. Especially family drama. Now, this movie has a lot of people in its cast. It, of course, stars Dave Franco. If you're not familiar with Dave Franco, go see any movie. But Dave Franco, known for, where do we even start? 21 Jump Street. He's also in Neighbors. Now You See Me, which, the next Now You See Me movie is coming out this next year, or maybe end of this year. But Dave Franco is in this. Also stars Allison Williams. Allison Williams has been in Get Out, been in the Megan and Megan 2.0. And so she plays, I believe, the mom in this movie. McKenna Grace plays the daughter. Clara Grant, she's been in a lot of things, a lot of kind of smaller roles. I think she's also a musician. I think she's also a singer. But she was in recently like the Ghostbusters movies. She had small roles in like I, Tonya. And so excited to see how she does in this movie. Essentially really in a leading role. And of course, the movie also stars Mason Thames. Mason Thames is in The Black Phone and the Black Phone sequel, which is out right now, I believe. He was also Hiccup in the live action How to Train Your Dragon. So nice, just great up-and-coming actor as well. It should be fun to see. This movie also has one other actor who I have to mention, Mr. Clancy Brown, who is one of the all-time great actors. not as much of a leading actor, but all-time great supporting actor, really since the 80s. But he's been in so many. He's been in Shawshank Redemption, one of the guards in the prison. He's the voice of Mr. Krabs, and so you'll recognize his voice when you hear it. But also, most importantly, he voiced a number of characters in Star Wars: The Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. And of course, if there's anyone connected to Star Wars, I'm going to start mentioning them on this podcast. But this movie doesn't actually have any reviews out. Nobody's seen it, so nobody really knows how this movie is going to be. But go watch the trailer, and if you are interested in a tear-jerking, like emotional gut punch of a movie, go see this movie coming out. It could be a good date night movie, or maybe a good, I don't want to say like family movie, like not like kids, but like go see it with your parents. To go watch an emotional movie. This is Regretting You, coming out October 24th, 2025. And so those are really the three notable movies that are coming out this week. Again, that's Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, and Regretting You. And hopefully Isaac rejoins me next week. And if you listen to this and you were like, hey, yeah, Hunter, you're not that great without Isaac here, let us know. And maybe we'll do a week and it's just Isaac and no me. But go to the movies. And if you go to the movies and you see a movie you like, let us know. This past weekend or 2 weekends ago, I'm going to shout out several people that I got to connect with and meet. My friend Dylan got married. He has told many friends about this podcast. So shout out Dylan and Emma. Wonderful wedding. And all of their friends, especially the ones from Houston that I met at the wedding. Thanks for listening. Go tell your friends. Go see a movie. If you guys are in Atlanta, anybody, please come see a movie with Isaac and I at a Regal, at an AMC, or even at the Plaza Theater in Atlanta, the oldest running theater in Atlanta, Georgia. But follow us on Instagram, on Spotify, subscribe on YouTube, anywhere you get your podcasts, and tune in every week for the movies that are coming out in theaters. And as always, long live the theatrical release.